everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianna and I love to come on to YouTube to show you guys different juicing recipes that can help with different various health topics. Today our juice is going to be about digestion and just gut health. So today I am going to show you a recipe that helps with that, and of course it can also do a little bit more. So if you're interested in that, definitely stay tuned. So for this recipe, you will need some ginger. Of course, you don't need this much unless you can tolerate this much. You'll need a few Fiji apples. And today our special ingredient is this dandelion root. I have never used dandelion root before, but apparently it is great for your gut health. It can help with digestion. It can also help with detoxing the liver and so much more. So if you want to see how we juice this, go ahead and stay tuned. But we're going to go ahead and get into our juice prep. Now we are going to start off with our apples, and I'm going to use this apple core. I know I get a lot of questions about how I do my apples normally in a lot of comments, so trying this out. This is a perfect way if you're going to juice a lot of apples and you don't want to have to worry about using the apple seeds. So this is perfect. It's a little interesting using this. This is my first time, but it definitely helps to get rid of that apple core a little bit quicker than how I normally do it. So that's enough prep for the apples right now. I'm gonna go ahead and throw those in here. We are going to go in with a good hunk of ginger because ginger does help with digestion. So I'm going in with just 2 hunks to start. And next we're going to prep our dandelion greens. Now, when I was at the farmer's market picking this up, there was a lady who stopped me and she was asking how I cook it. And I told her that I was actually planning on juicing it. I was exchanging conversation with her and I was asking, if she's ever had dandelion before and, how she normally preps it. And she mentioned to me that she has tried it a few times, but she has found it to be pretty bitter even after seasoning it. So I'm a little nervous for this recipe, so I'm only going to do a little at a time. I just need to try this out. I did taste a piece of it raw and she is right, it does have a bitter taste. So I'm a little nervous about this recipe, but I am going in with a few leaves. So it's a little over 20 of those. And I'm just going to give it a nice chop here. And I think we're ready to go ahead and start juicing. Just going in with our old school, original strainer. And that's just because I was using this earlier and I don't want to dirty up the other one and have to clean too. So we are going to juice the appropriate way. So we are going to make sure that we add our greens in first. These are very soft. So we're gonna go ahead and add that in. And then we are going to add in our apples here. And some ginger. And of course, we like to put the apples and heavier produce on top, because that helps to go ahead and push everything down, which is the normal way to juice. So we're gonna make sure that we follow those instructions. And so that's about 2 apples that I've put in so far. Well, maybe 2.5. And I'm just going to see how this goes. Okay, so we have 16 ounces of juice. I'm just going to go ahead and let this finish up, and then we're going to go ahead and strain everything so that we can see how it tastes and go from there. Okay, looks like we're about done here, so I'm just going to shut it off. Strain the juice. I would not be an honest person if I said that I was not scared to try this. It smells very strong from the ginger and for me, that's a good sign. I can do ginger all day. So let me go ahead and grab a little cup and we'll go ahead and give this a taste test. So I'm just gonna take this out. This is my handy dandy cup here. I'm just gonna swirl, make sure everything is kind of mixed. All right, moment of truth. Okay, so this juice, to me, is more spicy than anything, and that's okay. I'm getting some sweetness from the apples as well, which I love, and I'm not tasting much of the dandelion. So this is something that I can definitely do. So now that we taste our juice, 2 more apples and then a little piece of one that I want to add, and I am going to go ahead and add in some more dandelion as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this back here and finish prepping everything, and then we'll load up. Okay, so I had a handful just about of dandelion roots that I am going to juice. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop this up very quickly. And I didn't mention this before, but I did cut off some of the stems because they were just a little bit brown at the bottom and I didn't really want to have that in my juice. So I cut that off, but I do still have a few pieces of the stem in. And then I'm just going to add some more ginger. And then I'm going to add the rest of these apples. Okay, the nama is officially loaded down to the max. So I'm just going to go ahead and run this. Okay, so as you can see, the juice is done, but my container is getting pretty full, so I'm just going to empty it out into this bowl. This is why it's good to use the one that's made for batch juicing, so you don't have to do this repeatedly, and you can just have everything in one container. But that's okay, I chose convenience today. Shut this off. I have 2 glass bottles here, so we are just going to go ahead and get everything poured up and stored for later. Now, in one of my previous videos, I told you guys a little bit about these containers. I actually really love them. I think they're so cute, and I love them the most because they actually do not leak. I turn them upside down. I actually put them on their side and everything, and I had no issues with these leaking at all. I also was able to put them in my freezer. I'll actually show you some juice that I batched. These are actually 2 juices that I froze in these containers, and as you can see, they're absolutely amazing. So they do freeze well, hold up perfectly, no cracks or anything in these. So I am just going to fill this one a little bit more. This one as well, because we have some extra. And it's always good to make sure that you fill your juices all the way to the top. This just helps to prevent oxidization. You don't want air to get in it and to make, your juice expire quicker, because these are fresh juices. They're not pasteurized. They do not hold up as long as anything that you will get in the store. They are good for 72 hours. And then if you know you are not going to drink it within 72 hours, I recommend freezing them. Now, when you freeze these, you are not going to fill it all the way up. Fill it up just to about here, because that's going to give the juice room to expand once it's frozen without cracking your juice container. But I have a little bit more, so you already know that means we are going to do another small taste test. This actually looks like it's enough to fill up another container because these hold almost 16 ounces. But we're just going to go ahead and drink some of it now on camera. Okay, this is so good, so spicy, but I absolutely love it. It is not bitter, so I guess juicing dandelion leaves with apples and ginger was the perfect combination to get rid of that bitter flavor. And if you've had dandelion leaves or root before, let me know how you normally consume it. Do you drink it as a tea? Do you cook with it? Do you add it to your salads? Do you juice with it? Do you add it to smoothies? Definitely let me know your recipes. I'm so happy that I was able to juice this without it having a bitter taste. But like I said, if you have any suggestions, make sure that you leave them down below in the description. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. Take care, and I'll see you next time.